If you're learning English and want it to be fun and natural, you're in the perfect place. These stories help your brain learn without stress. So hit subscribe, like the video, and ring the bell. We've got a new one every single day. Her name was Tara, and she didn't check the weather. It was her third day in Singapore, and everything felt warm, colorful, and full of surprises. That morning, she put on her sneakers, grabbed a small bag, and left her hotel. Her plan was simple: explore on foot, with no map and no schedule. The sky was cloudy but soft. She didn't think much of it. Tara walked past a row of food stalls. She smelled noodles, fried eggs, and something sweet she couldn't name. Her stomach growled, but she kept walking. The streets were alive. Buses passed with silent wheels. Motorbikes weaved between cars, and children walked in uniforms, laughing about something only they knew. Tara walked under trees, so green they almost looked fake. She saw birds she didn't recognize and flowers that looked like they belonged in a storybook. After 20 minutes, the wind changed. At first, she thought it was just a breeze. But then suddenly the sky opened. The rain didn't wait. It wasn't soft or slow. It came down fast and heavy, like buckets falling from the clouds. Tara stopped in the middle of the sidewalk. She didn't have a raincoat, no umbrella, no hat, nothing. She looked for shelter, but there was nothing nearby. Just a quiet stretch of street with trees and a few closed shops. She could have turned around. She could have run, but she didn't. Instead, she took a deep breath, smiled to herself, and kept walking. The rain soaked her hair in seconds. Her shirt clung to her skin. Water dripped from her nose and her elbows. She laughed quietly, not because it was funny, but because it was real. She felt alive. Every step made a new sound. Splash, splash, splash. The street was almost empty now. Everyone else had run inside. But Tara walked slowly, carefully. She watched the rain bounce off the pavement, fall through leaves, and run like tiny rivers along the edges of the road. She passed a parked car with steamed-up windows, a cat hiding under a bench, and a fruit stall with a blue tarp stretched over it. At one point, a bus passed and sent a wave of water over her shoes. She looked down. They were completely soaked. Still, she kept going. Soon, she found a little covered walkway between two buildings. She stepped under it and looked at her reflection in a glass door. Wet hair, wet clothes. But she wasn't cold, just surprised. She waited a few minutes. The rain didn't stop. It only got heavier. But Tara wasn't angry. She felt something else, like freedom. She wasn't on a tour. She wasn't rushing. She had no meetings, no rules. Just rain, streets, and time. She stepped out again. This time, she walked even slower. She passed open windows with music playing inside. She smelled curry and grilled meat. Somewhere, someone was singing softly. Tara turned a corner and found a quiet street with palm trees on both sides. Water pooled at the base of each one. She walked through it like a child, not caring about the wetness anymore. At one point, she stopped near a small park. There were no people, just empty benches and the sound of raindrops on metal. She stood there for a long time, letting the rain wash her face. Then she saw a sign for a public library. She walked toward it, opened the door, and stepped into silence. The cold air made her shiver, but it also felt like a reward. Inside, everything was dry, quiet, and still. She sat down at a table near the window, looked out at the rain, and smiled. She had walked through the storm and ended up in a safe place, not because she planned it, but because she didn't fight it. That was the day Tara learned something important. Not every day needs a plan, and not every storm is a problem. Some days you walk without fear. You get wet, you keep going, and somehow it becomes your best memory. While you listened to Tara's walk in the Singapore rain, your brain was picking up English structures without even noticing. Real verbs, useful patterns, and natural rhythm, all hidden in a simple story. That's why this method works. So if you want more stories like this, subscribe right now, like the video, and turn on the bell. And here's your challenge. Tell us in the comments, what's the best memory you have of being caught in the rain?